Let me share with you a great story. True story. Happened in the early 80s to a very, very close relative of mine. He was learning in yeshiva here in America. He was contemplating perhaps going to Eretz Yisrael, wasn't sure. Should he go transfer to a new yeshiva in Eretz Yisrael? Should he stay in America? He had studim lakan or lakan, and he wasn't sure what to do. He talked it over with his father. His father's a big Talmid Chacham, was a very chashuv a person, talked it over. They couldn't come to a decision. This relative of mine lived in Monsey, not far from Rabbi Yaakov Kamenetsky. Zeichet Tzadik Livracha. So, he's walking home from shul, Bein Hazmanim, he's got to make a decision, what should he do? This man's going to start soon, he doesn't know what to do. And he notices Rabbi Yaakov Kamenetsky is walking down the street, on the other side of the street, going in the other direction. He says, Rabbi Yaakov Kamenetsky, let me go ask him. Everybody knows Rabbi Yaakov is an incredible Bal Eitzah. He gives great eitzahs. Let me go talk to Rabbi Yaakov and ask him what he thinks. He goes over, he runs across the street, he goes over, gives him Shalom Aleichem, introduces, tells him his name. Oh yeah, you're so-and-so's son. Okay, very nice, good to know you. And he says, Rabbi Yaakov, I have a shayla, I want to ask you, I'm clearing if I should go to yeshiva, I'm learning now here, maybe I should go there. What does the Rosh Yeshiva think I should do? Rabbi Yaakov was very, very old at the time. Rabbi Yaakov looks at him and gives him a very sweet smile that Rabbi Yaakov was famous, is the most delicious smile. Rabbi Yaakov looks at him and says, Bacharol, I only got to know your name less than a minute ago. I don't know where you're learning, I don't know who you are, I don't know what you're doing. How am I supposed to tell you where you should go learn next month? What do you want me to do for you? How can I help you? I can't give you any advice. He says, but if you want to come by my house this afternoon, I'll be happy to spend some time with you, hear your situation out in detail, and maybe I can give you some advice. So that's what he did. He went over there, spent about, I believe it was over an hour, around an hour with Rabbi Yaakov, discussed with him where he was up to in his learning, what his yeshiva was like, what the question was, why he was considering leaving, why he thought the other yeshiva might be better, why it might not be better, why he could and why he shouldn't, and, the whole story. And at the end, Rabbi Yaakov heard it all out, asked many, many probing and leading questions, and finally Rabbi Yaakov gave him what he thought was a suggestion. However, Rabbi Yaakov said to him, I cannot decide for you. You need to be the one to make that decision. You need to be the one to decide ultimately where you're going, what you're doing. Now you got to understand something. Rabbi Yaakov had very few peers in learning. Very few. Moshe, Rabbi and a few Gedolei Olam. Very few. But as a Baal Eitzah, Rabbi Yaakov was considered the Gadol Hadar in terms of Eitzah. There was nothing, no communal shaila, nothing that didn't go by Rabbi Yaakov's table that he didn't give the final word on. And here Rabbi Yaakov is telling, I think it was an 18-year-old bacher, you're going to be the one to make this decision. I could tell you my thoughts, but you're going to be the one to make this decision. What is Rabbi Yaakov doing? Why is he doing that? And the answer is, Rabbi Yaakov understood this pshat from Reb Chaim Volozhin. That what? That go, get advice, talk it over with people, ask them, ultimately, aseh kesechlecha. You know yourself best. You have to make a decision. It's your decision that you're going to live with, and you got to be comfortable with it, and you have to make it. Getting eitzahs, nobody knows you better than yourself. You know yourself better, and you're going to have to be the one to make that decision.